Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner, Storyline and Wiser Mind, so please don't copy that. Some words don't just hurt in the moment, they stay echoing long after silence takes over. What was once called normal slowly turned into something heavier, something that broke without making noise. And sometimes distance is not about leaving forever, it's about stepping away to see everything clearly. Because when comfort turns into carelessness and love forgets respect, even the strongest bonds begin to crack. But not every ending is meant to end a story. Some endings are just the beginning of understanding what truly matters. The Min mansion, once filled with constant noise and chaos, now stood entirely silent. It had been a full month since they left. As Jungi had promised Jimin, he and Cook hadn't gone anywhere. They stayed at home, trying to hold the house together, waiting, hoping that one day Jimin and Mimi would return. In this 1 month, they had learned something they never understood before. Running a house was never just about cooking, it was about endless, unnoticed responsibilities that never truly ended. Right now, Yoongi was in the kitchen preparing dinner for them, and Cook was helping him cook. Dada, I peeled the onions. Should I cut them now? Yoongi, no, stay away from the knife. I will cut them. You are still too young to handle it. Cook, oh, okay. Then what should I do? Yoongi, wash the vegetables and bring them here. Cook, okay. He took the vegetable out of the fridge and started washing them when suddenly the lights went off. Yoongi, looking up, did the light just go out? Cookie, go check in the pantry if we have a spare LED bulb. Cook, okay. Ran from there. Cook, slowly, you will hurt yourself in the dark. Cook, tripped and fell. Ah! Yoongi, what happened? I told you not to run. What do you lose by walking slowly? Is this necessary to run all the time? How much energy do you have? Cook, I'm okay, Dada. Came back after a moment. Dada, Dada. Yoongi, what's this? Did you bring LED bulb? Cook, the bulb isn't the problem. The electricity is gone. Yoongi, the electricity? How's that possible? Our area never has power cut. Bring me my phone. I will call and check. Cook, Dada, I looked outside through windows. All the neighbors have lights. Only ours is gone. Yoongi, only ours? That's strange. Cook, did our electricity get cut? Yoongi, that's not possible. The bill is always paid on the time by Jimin. Cook, but Mama hasn't been home for a month. And he didn't even take his phone. Yoongi, sudden realization hit him. Oh no, how did I forget this? I never paid attention to these things. I didn't even remember the bills. Go, bring my phone. I will pay it right now. Cook. Okay. Cook quickly brought the phone. After a short call, the payment was done. Yungi on call. Thank you. And I'm really sorry. It won't happen again. Cut the call. Cook. Hopeful eyes. What happened, Dada? Yungi. We didn't pay the electricity bill. They gave us a week's notice. I didn't even see it. That's why they cut the power. It will be back in a few hours. Cook. So till then we stay like this in the heat and darkness? Yungi looked at Cook, then slowly lowered his gaze. Sorry. Yungi lowered his gaze and continued cooking under the flashlight of his phone. Cook didn't see anything. He quietly walked away. After a while, he came back holding floating candles. Cook. It's okay, Dada. We can have a candlelight dinner. Look, I brought candles. Yungi looked at them, smiled faintly. These are floating candles. Cook. That's all I found. So we will have a floating candlelight dinner today. They continued cooking. Yungi cooked and Cook stood beside him, fanning him gently with her plate, learning how to cook while watching his dada. Slowly, somehow, dinner was done. They sat down in the silence, eating under the soft glow of floating candles. And after finishing, Cook quietly got up and started washing the dishes. The house was still silent, but for the first time, that silence was no longer empty. Yungi stood in the balcony. Outside, the entire city was glowing with lights. Only his house remained in darkness. He had always loved silence and darkness, but today the same silence felt suffocating and the darkness felt heavier than ever. Looking outside, he spoke softly. Yungi, I always wanted silence. I always preferred darkness. But today, when my life is filled with both, I don't know why it feels so empty. Jimin, without you and Mimi, my life has turned dark, just like this house. The voice I once called noise were actually the most precious sound of my life. And now the silence, these empty walls, they all feel like they are asking about you. When will you come back? Now, when I return home, no one opens the door. No one say, come, come, Tata, home, sweet home, Tata. No one insists to play with me anymore. Looked at the garden. Even the flowers in the garden are waiting for you. I don't know how you manage everything so perfectly. Every morning, I can't even get my morning coffee on time, and there are only two of us in this house. How did you do all this alone with Mimi, who kept falling every now and then? I have never seen you tired, never heard you say you needed rest. I'm really sorry, Jimin. I just realized you value too late. Rubbed his arms. I really miss you. I wish you were here. I just need a hug. He stood there, lost in his thoughts, missing him more than ever. The silence he once crowd over, now the thing hurting him the most. Suddenly, Cook came from behind and hugged him tightly. Cook, Tata, what happened? Yoongi smiled. Nothing. Cook, resting his head on Yoongi's back. Don't lie. You are missing Mama, right? Yoongi, yes, I am. Not just your mama, I am missing my princess too. Cook, gently rubbing his arms. Mama and Mimi will come back soon. Till then, I'm here, your prince, with you. Yoongi smiled, holding his hand. Yeah, I have my prince. Cook, Dada, just like you forget the electricity bill, there must be so many other things Mama used to take care of. It's already been a month. We should check everything, right? Yoongi, you are right. Let's see what else we are missing. We also need to prepare a grocery list. Cook, I have seen Mama writing something in his diary at the end of every month, sometimes in the pantry, sometimes in the living room. Yoongi, maybe it's the household accounts. Let's bring that diary. We can check what we need and in what quantity. Cook, okay, I made coffee for us. Let's calculate everything while having coffee. Went somewhere and brought the coffee in a few moments. Yoongi looked at the mug. This is your mama's cup. Cook, I know Dada, you are missing Mama, so I brought coffee in this mug. Showed the cute zipper bottle, and I brought Mimi's zipper bottle for myself. If she were here right now, she would either be rolling on the ground or scolding the floor for making her fall. Yoongi softly smiled. Mimi is my falling princess. Everyone just wants to hug her. Takes a sip. This is really good. Cook smiles proudly. I have watched Mama make coffee so many times, so I made it exactly like him. By the way, Dada, I always thought our house was small and we need a bigger house. But now, while cleaning everything, this small house feels so big. I don't know how Mama managed the house, the garden, and even the terrace. My back hurts just cleaning the house alone. Yoongi, I realized that recently too. There is so much work in a house. I used to think your mama just sat in the AC and watched TV. Anyways, let's make the budget. With that, both of them walked into the living room, sitting down together for the first time, trying to manage a home they once thought was easy. Time skipped up a few days. A few days had passed. Yoongi and Cook returned home together. Since Cook had extra classes, Yoongi had started bringing him home every day. But today, the moment Yoongi opened the door, something felt different. For the first time in days, the house didn't feel empty. It felt alive again. Both of them were exhausted, so they went straight to their rooms to change. And after changing, they walked into the living room to continue their work. But the moment they entered, they heard a voice, a very familiar voice. Jimin, how are you feeling, Mr. Mafia King and Mr. Prince? Mimi, of course, Bad King and Bad Prince enjoying you, Mama. Both of them froze in shock. Jimin was sitting on the couch, leaning back calmly, and Mimi was laying beside him wearing her new black sunglasses, trying her best to copy his attitude. Cook, Mama, Mimi, you both are back. Jimin looked at him. What? You thought we would never come back to our own house? Cook, No, that's not what I meant. I just. I'm really happy to see you both back here. Mimi. But Mimi no happy she bad king and bad prince. Mimi happy she home, sweet home. Tried to stand but fell straight onto the floor. Ah, Mimi huggy floor. Mimi come home, sweet home. Why floor huggy Mimi two times? No huggy Mimi. Mimi important. Important. Work uti. Patted the floor and stood up. Yungi smiled softly, watching her. So that's why this house didn't feel empty today. The real owner of the house and the one who runs it and the one who scolds it both are back. Looks up silently. Thank you. Jimin, noticing his smile. What happened, Mr. King? Did you remember some joke that you are smiling like this? Yungi walks towards him, smiling. Why would I need a joke when my husband and my daughter are right in front of me? I really missed both of you. Thank you for coming back. Cut off. He tried to hug him, but Jimin stopped him midway before he even completed his sentence by placing his hand in between. Jimin, stop right there, Mr. King. I came back home for a reason, not because I have forgiven you. Yungi, fine. I won't come closer, but at least sit properly. Cook, Mama, you know what? I have learned how to make coffee. You can ask Dada. I really make good coffee now. I will bring coffee for everyone. Mimi. Mimi, no dinky coffee. Coffee rough, Mimi. Soft skin. Mimi love Mini. Soft skin. No rough. Hugged herself dramatically. Cook smiled. I know Mimi can't drink coffee. That's why I will bring special milk for Mimi and coffee for everyone else. Mimi. Mimi only dinky tasty milk. No ew milk. Cook. You can decide that after drinking it, whatever it's tasty or ew. Ran to the kitchen. The house, once silent and heavy, was finally filled with voice again, but this time those voices carried something different, something that was about to change everything. Soon Cook returned with 3 mugs of coffee and a special bacon Mimi's cute sipper bottle. Mimi and Jimin both took a sip of their drinks. Cook stood there watching them nervously as if they were judges decided his result. Cook hesitantly. How's it? Mimi. Milk tasty. Mimi love tasty milk. Cook. Stopped and remembered something. No cuckoo. Only bad prince. Mimi love tasty milk, but no bad prince. Looked at Yungi. Mimi no love bad king. Yungi felt the word hit him, but he still forced a small smile, lowered his gaze. Sorry, Jimin. Sorry, can't fix what you have already broken. Looked at Cook. The coffee is really good. Cook smiled softly. Thank you, Mama. I learned it just by watching you. Jimin, go and bring 2 pens and 2 notebooks. Cook, why? Jimin, just bring them, I will tell you. Cook, okay. He ran and came back within seconds, holding 2 notebooks and 2 pens, placing them in front of Jimin, waiting. Jimin let them finish their drinks. Once they all finished their drinks, Jimin said, Jimin, so both of you already understood the enjoyment of staying at house and relaxing, aren't you? Cook slowly shook his head. No, Mama, managing the house is the toughest work. Don't know how you handle everything alone. Yoongi, we genuinely missed you so much. We're sorry. Jimin, you both missed me or the maid who did all the work? Stop buttering me. Write down your mistakes in the notebook. Let me know how much guilty you both are feeling. Both Jungkook hurt to hear this. Jimin's cold behavior was hurting more than any punishment. They didn't say anything, they just started writing their mistakes on the notebook, which they made in the past, knowingly and unknowingly both. Once they were done, Jimin said, Jimin looked at Cook. Are you sure you have made only this many mistakes? Cook. No, might I have made a lot more, but I don't remember them right now. Jimin. Go to your room, recall your mistakes, write them again, and think about how you can correct them. Looked at Mimi. Mimi, go with him and see if he is doing his work properly or not. Mimi jumped down from the couch. Uti mama, Mimi go back Prince. Mimi, I back Prince. Mimi no voji. Grabbed Cook's index finger with her full tiny hand. Let's go back Prince. Jimin waited for Cook and Mimi to leave. As soon as they went into their rooms, he turned around to Yoongi, who was standing with his head lowered, holding the notebook. Jimin, so you are done writing your mistakes, Mr. King? Yoongi gave him the notebook. Showed it to him. Jimin, why are you showing it to me? Sit comfortably on the couch. Read it. And yes, every single word should be clear and loud. Yoongi looked at the notebook. I underestimate your work. I used to think you just sit in the room all day and watch TV. I always tried to show you down. I never took your work seriously. I kept showing at you without understanding how much pressure you are under. I took you for granted. I compared you to a maid. I embarrassed you in front of everyone at the party. I said so many hurtful things in anger that I never meant to say. I shouted at you and blamed you in anger. Jimin looked at him. Why did you stop? Yoongi, I only wrote 10 mistakes. Jimin, oh really? You made only 10 mistakes? Yoongi, as much as I remembered, yes. Jimin stood up. That's okay. Let me remind you of the mistakes you don't even remember. Started circling around him. You never try to understand me. There is no doubt that you love me deeply, but you never respected me. You always thought that money alone can run a house. You never took any responsibility of the house. You never helped me with the children. You never valued me. You always prioritized your work over me. You blamed me in front of our children without thinking how it would affect them. You never ever tried to accept your mistake. For you, outer appearance mattered more than inner reality. You always try to prove yourself right and me wrong. You never tried to spend quality times with me or our children. You always expected me to understand your love, but the truth is, over the years, the love between us has slowly faded. We became just parents, not partners. When I needed you the most, you left my side. You never even tried to understand that if I refused something, there must be a reason behind it. You constantly disrespected me. You always try to show that because you earn money, your position is higher, and I, who stayed at home, have no self respect. Knowingly or unknowingly, you taught our children that only money and power matter. Because of you, Cook had the courage to call me his own mama and embarrassment. Following you, Cook also stopped doing his work and only ordered like you. You never noticed any of this. You didn't just humiliate me in front of outsiders, you humiliated me in front of my own children too. There are countless more mistakes you have made over these years, and I never even pointed them out. And today, we are standing here only because of all those mistakes. Look into my eyes, Yunki. Did you really think I would leave you? Did you think that just because I always stayed quiet, my self respect was gone? That I would never stand up for myself? No, Yungi, you are wrong. I didn't leave you and Cook because I was tired of you. I left because I needed time to think and understand. Unlike you, I can't lose myself in anger. I'm not a coward who would abandon his relationship, his husband, his children like that. I just want to calm myself. And honestly, it's not entirely your fault or Cook's. The biggest mistake was mine when I myself took my worth for granted, when I never respected myself. How could I expect you to respect me? I should have stopped you the very first time you used wrong words for me. I should have made it clear that I am not your servant. Over the years, by covering up your mistakes, I made both of you blind. You never even realized when you crossed your limits. That humiliation at the party, it was necessary. That incident reminded me of my self respect. It opened my eyes. I realized, except for my daughter, I had no one. Today, I'm here to ask for the value of all the sacrifices I made all these years. You thought I just sit in one room and watch TV all day, right? You tried running the house for just 1 month. How comfortable and stress free did it feel? Jungi looked at Jimin. No, it wasn't easy at all. I only had to manage two people and still I couldn't do it properly. Even Cookie helped me a lot, but still the work never ended. Something or the other was always left undone. I don't know how you managed everything all these years. I'm truly ashamed of myself. I don't even know how to apologize, how to make you believe that I truly regret my mistakes and want to fix them. Maybe I have even lost that right. Jimin, let me make one thing very clear to you right now, that whatever happened to me at that night party, I can neither forget it or nor forgive both of you. Those words pierce straight into my heart, and no matter what I do, I can't erase that pain. Relationships are fragile, Yungi. Children learn what they see from their parents. Today, Cookie called me an embarrassment. Do you think tomorrow he won't say the same to his partner? Will he ever learn to respect someone when he has never seen his dada respect or support his mama? When you are alone, you can say anything, but in front of children, you need to control your anger. Cook and Mimi are still young. Once this image settled in their minds that only money and power matter, they will never value emotions or respect. They never think staying at home and taking care of the house is just a servant job. And you unknowingly taught them exactly that. Tell me, how will you fix this image in their minds? Answer me. I'm talking to you, not a statue. What's done is done. Now it's time to stop its consequence. Tell me, how will you fix everything? Saying sorry won't fix anything. We aren't just partners anymore. We are parents of a teenager and a toddler. Mimi has already started seeing you and Cook in the wrong way. How will you fix your image now? This isn't just about my self respect anymore. This is about our children's future. What will you do, Yungi? Answer me. I'm not weak enough to teach my children to run away from problems. That's why I came back to question you, to demand answers. I will teach my children how to face difficulties without breaking relationships. But what will you teach them? Answer me. What happened? Does the Mafia King have no answer? The tongue that runs like Caesar's without thinking. Today, when it's time to answer, it's silence as if it never existed. How long will this silence support you? Will you let your family break like this? There are many questions, and the answer only you have to give. It was the first time in all these years that the Mafia King was being questioned. For the first time, instead of silently adjusting everything, Jimin stood there and questioned him. And for the first time, the Mafia King had no answers. Every single word spoken by Jimin felt like it came straight from his heart and pierced into Yoongi's own heart. It didn't feel like just question. It felt like a direct attack on his dignity and his worth. Jimin stood there patiently, waiting for Yoongi's answer. Today he had decided at any cost he would get the answers, and nothing less than that was acceptable to him. Yoongi finally opened his mouth and said, Yoongi, holding Jimin's hands, I know I hurt you. Hurt is actually a very small word. I shattered your heart. I myself tore apart our relationship. For you, trusting me again might be impossible now. I accept my mistakes. I don't have any words left to prove myself. I know I lost something very precious because of my ego. I can't fix what I broke, but at least I can try to gather those broken pieces. Will you give me a chance to correct my mistakes? I promise I will work on every single one of them. I may never become a perfect husband or a perfect dada, but I will try my best to improve myself. I will teach our children how to accept their mistakes and fix them. I just need one chance. Will you give me that? Jimin looked at him. I'm giving you a second chance, but remember this, Yoongi. This will be your last chance. If you lose it, you won't just lose me, you will lose your children too. Yoongi, that day will never come in my life. At any cost, I will protect my relationships. I won't ask for forgiveness with words. I will earn it through my actions. Jimin, no matter how hard you try, I may never be able to forgive you. Yoongi, that is heartbreaking, but at least I can learn from my mistake and make sure I never repeat them again. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me one last chance. I will prove you that I can change for the most precious treasure of my life. Jimin, you have 1 month to prove yourself, to win back my trust and your daughter's trust to show your children how mistakes are corrected. Yungi, this is my test and I will pass it at any cost. Time skipped after a month. A month had passed. In this 1 month, there had been a huge change in Yungi and Cook's behavior. Instead of giving orders, they now helping in household work. Instead of complaining about food, they quietly ate whatever was served without a word. They started spending their free time with their family instead of going out with friends. Jungi had tried his best to fulfill the promises he made. He had improved a lot, but there was still a long way to go. Cook had changed too. Now he would take Mimi out with him without hesitation, and if she fall on the way, instead of complaining, he would try to take care of her. He was learning by watching Jungi. In just 1 month, they couldn't fix everything, nor could they completely change their personalities. But they were trying to let go of their bad habits. This wouldn't happen overnight, but if they continued sincerely, one day they would definitely become better people. Right now, Jimin and Mimi were laying on the couch while Jungi and Cook were giving them a spa treatment. Cook slowly massaging Mimi's shoulders. Is this okay now? Mimi, Cuckoo, no power. Cook, your shoulders won't handle more than this. Mimi, offended, looking at Jimin. What Cuckoo mean? Cuckoo shame Mimi weak. Cucumber's eyes fell from her eyes. Ah, Cuckoo huggy floor, Mama. She Cuckoo shame Mimi weak. Cook, I didn't mean that, Mama. She is just creating a scene. She is a drama queen. Mimi, Mimi no drama queen. Mimi princess. Jungi smiled. Okay, timed out. Jungi smiled. Okay, time out. You both fight so much. No one will trouble my princess. Now Dada will give princess a proper princess massage. Switching his position with Cook. Jimin, Cookie, come to Mama and give me a massage. Cook, okay. Started massaging Jimin's shoulder. Mama, can we go out this weekend? I have a holiday. Jimin, of course we can. Your dad already planned everything for this weekend and I have already packed our bags. We have a flight tonight. Mimi, yee, Mama, Dada, Cuckoo, Mimi, fly. Cutely flapped her tiny hands and the cucumber slices fell again. Ah, Mama, Cuckoo, huggy floor again. Soon she also fell on the ground while scolding the floor, and everyone burst into laughter watching her cute angry face and adorable pout. Not every wound heals, and not every apology fixes what was broken. But sometimes change begins where ego ends and love learns to bow before respect. A home is not built by money or power, it is held together by unseen efforts, silent sacrifices, and the warmth of understanding. Mistakes were made, hearts were hurt, but this time they choose not to walk away. They choose to grow together. Because in the end, relationships don't survive on love alone. They survive on respect, effort, and the courage to change. Respect is not proven in words, it's proven in repeated actions. Understanding someone's pain doesn't come from hearing it once, but from living it every day. Apologies may be spoken in a moment, but change is built over time. Love isn't about never making mistakes, it's about not repeating the same ones. And the people who truly value you won't just say sorry, they will show you they have learned. Sometimes second chances aren't given to forget the past, but to protect the future. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. As many of you requested, the bonus part is finally here. If you haven't watched the movie yet, you can find the link in the pinned comment. There is a big difference between the anger of a homemaker and others. When you hurt someone, they may choose to leave, but a homemaker often doesn't. Not because they lack self respect, but because they understand us more deeply than we understand ourselves. Jimin didn't forgive Jungkook even after all their apologies because some mistakes aren't meant to be forgiven. They are meant to be remembered as lifelong lesson. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.